for crying out loud, may be signs that that person's not too far off their rocker with that kind of stuff. The Mirror reported that a chef cut up a steak in front of outraged vegans who were protesting outside of his restaurant. Take a second there, guys. Take a second. Just give this guy a round of applause. A restaurant owner responded to vegan demonstrators protesting outside his establishment by butchering a venison steak in front of them. So let's take a look at that real quick, because that's good stuff.
And we don't even know if this is complying with health regulations. Police are here now talking to the owner about his dismembering of a deer in this dining area to taunt the activists.
I love it. I don't know. The best part is it's almost like the situations where police are interrogating someone behind the glass and you can't see what they're saying, but you could see the smirk on this police officer's face as she's confronting him. He's just like, hey, it's a steak. This is my business. This is what I do. I'm just kind of cutting up a steak here. Get off my back. If you're going to fight me, you might need some more protein. So get some of this steak in you, So it's just a really funny situation. This guy later goes on to leave the window, cook the venison, and come back, take a seat in front of the window, and eat the venison in front of the protesters outside, which was just great. So Michael Hunter, who owns Antler, the name of the restaurant, in Toronto, Canada, and dubs himself the Hunter Chef, good for you, took serious issue with the group, and the members of which were asking him to add vegan steak to his menu. What? Vegan steak? What the hell is that? Anyway, those advocating a plant-based diet said that Michael was taunting and provocative. Taunting, yes. Provocative? Yeah. The restaurateur, meanwhile, erected a sign of his own that read, "Venison is the new kale." Oh, I love it. Campaign leader Marnie Ugar, of course that's a vegan talking right there, said, "I chose Antler because our patrons feel good about eating ethical meat." Sure, yeah. "I believe there's no such thing for that one animal, no matter what kind of animal and how they were raised. That's their life and they don't want to die." When Michael came to the window carving into the leg of a deer, he looked like a crazed man unraveling in front of us, taunting a group who are there because they care about animal welfare. Okay, let that simmer for a second. I'll give you a personal story at the end of this because this gets way too good. Len Goldberg, an activist videographer for the vegan outreach group, said, "It's enough the poor deer had her life taken and had her family destroyed. That was an individual. She may have had a family. She may have had children. She may have had a partner. She had her herd, her friends, her personality, her desires, her feelings, her wants, her fears, her loves, her character, her heart, her soul." She knows a lot about deer, apparently. So everything about this story was just so good, okay? So now a personal story real quick. About a month ago now at this point, one of our pastors had called us and said, "Would you be interested in getting a quarter of a cow of steak and meats and stuff?" And we said, yeah, sure, because we know it's a cheaper route and better meat straight from the source and everything. We had never done it before, but we figured, what the heck. So he said, "There's only one catch. You need to be there and butcher the cow yourself as well." Now, as you can tell from my videos in the past and everything we were doing, the last main topic I did was in regards to the Second Amendment. I am a huge Second Amendment supporter. That being said, I've never even went hunting, okay? And that just shows you the level of Second Amendment support I show, because without even going hunting and having a reason to defend the Second Amendment, I see multiple other reasons to defend the Second Amendment. So being that I had never gone hunting in my life before, and I'm open to it if someone wants to invite me out, I just never went. I had never butchered anything, skinned anything, or cut up meat of any kind. So I said, sure, let's do it. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking of all the times I've run into friends of mine that became vegan or vegetarian or severely cut back on their meat intake because they said, if you knew where your meat came from and how it came to be, you would become a vegetarian. So I kept that in the back of my mind. I thought, okay, well, now's the time to pay and play here. We're going to find out what's really going on. So we went there. By the time we got there, the cow had been shot in the head. I'm going to get graphic on this, okay, because that's the way it happens. The throat was slit, and it was bleeding out. It was still alive by the time we got there. It was just brain dead and bleeding out. And we had to go through the process of personally getting involved and cutting into it and reaching in, grabbing the organs and pulling them as they were being cut out, skinning it. I got involved in doing that. And the vegans and vegetarians are right. It does make you think. As I sat there doing that, or stood there doing that to the cow, all I kept on thinking to myself was, that is going to be some damn good steak right there. I like that cut. If you could give me that cut, though.